Buongiorno everyone.
Hello!
Welcome to this week's podcast, back at the North Terrace. Thanks for having me again. We're
nice
watching the England-Switzerland game in the background there. 0-0, half an hour gone, just as expected.
Yep.
But we've got sent this challenge, and it themes around this England side. Make a 23-man World Cup style squad for your club from the time you've been a supporter, so when we were born, so like the early 90s until now. So they've got to represent the club when you choose them. So we've just been saying there, Clive dog shit for us. Well, his record wasn't that bad, but in an example, Clive if you're picking Barcelona, Clive unreal. But Newcastle, Clive not
class,
the best.
World class Clive was a different goal than Newcastle Clive.
Even though Clive's goal to game ratio was actually not that bad for Newcastle, but didn't get much of a chance.
Like Albert Luque now, Luque
is a better example. Luque was meant to be the next Torres.
He's a La Liga
Came to us.
He's fucking
Have you seen his YouTube best bits from Deportivo La Coruña?
That's what you saying him on.
Looked unbelievable. Freddie Shepherd must have been fucking
come on, so 9.5 million. But he got second game.
Is that what it was? 9.5.
That was a lot in that time though.
True.
That would have been like 25 easy then. But then it just doesn't seem like because Newcastle still didn't even spend 9.5 these million. Unless it's on Muto. That's worked out really well.
He's seen that him.
He's going to be in this worst video 5-10 years time.
He's seen that him and him and Key are shagged for next year. Both got to go away on national duty for like 5 weeks.
Did they? It's not like that fucking war thing that Son was meant to be doing, was it?
I bet he was touching
I know. He was nearly playing fucking Call of Duty instead of FIFA.
But with real guns.
Real guns and real people. It's not the Cashie's Castle anymore, son. It's his real life. Pew, pew. I had the fucking little war thing at the end.
We'll have to knock them off the bridge for the dodgeballs.
No one ever wins.
But it's actually bullets.
Right, so we'll get into it. We'll pick a player each. So we'll start as you would if you're Gareth Southgate picking the World Cup squad. Ooh, Gaza. Shout out Gaza. 3 keepers. Right, I'll start it off. Pavel Sircek has to be in there.
Agreed.
And the best, one of the first keepers I'd put on my squad for Newcastle. Absolute legend. Rest in peace.
I remember having that awful goalkeeper top play. It was fucking disgusting looking back at it, but back in the day it was the tits. It was like this. It was like green and blue, but it was purple. It was fucking disgusting.
Kind of beat the Time Bridge one's the one, though, isn't it? They need to do that again. They need to remake that.
I had the blue and black one. That was like, it was all sorts of different shapes. It was like fucking diamonds and fucking zigzags all on. It was just, that to me symbolises him.
Class. I'll let you go next in, another keeper.
For me, I think the best goalkeeper Newcastle's ever had in the Premier League era is Shearer.
Without a doubt,
No questions.
Top look now. When we met him for the Q&A, he was absolutely sound. Just look, he was full of fucking crack. Not literally. He was just.
He's got money.
But he was he was a proper sound bloke, and he was saying how he never wanted to leave. He never ever wanted to leave. He was forced out the door because.
And he went on Man City and all just as well, like getting the money in. So
which is fair enough, but he still didn't want to leave. But actually deducted him 20 grand. That's what he was saying anyway. Actually took off 20 grand on his current wage. Like, why would you do that when he was still the best? The way in his book.
I got his book for Christmas, and to be fair, I've read the first 5 or 6 chapters, and I've read bits in between and stuff. And he was completely and utterly forced out. He said he would have stayed there for the rest of his career, whilst he was on top of his game and that.
Unless Newcastle turned really shit, because at that time they were still in and around the top 8 kind of thing.
I always thought Shearer deserved better than Newcastle. Because in his time, like, his back 4 were always shit.
Really shit.
So whenever Newcastle were like in danger, it wasn't that to do with him. He was I think he was world class in his day.
Calamity Bramble in front of him.
Bramble,
Boomsong.
Babiaro.
Fucking Bramble. My God, I
fucking see nonsense.
And our last one's got a kid, Babiara.
He's from Belgium.
Imagine how many bands Babiaro.
Baby Babiara.
Brody, I'll let you go for number 3.
For me, so let's have a look at what I've actually wrote down.
I think
mine could change
options.
quite a lot. So I went purely and utterly because he's a Geordie at heart, Steve Harper. And you could have picked from
loyalty,
shaky flip-flop Shaka Hislop. You could have went for Timothy Krul.
See, I had Krul,
But...
Whoa! Fuck off, Jackie.
Oh, Timothy.
What's the point?
I know, it's fucking £5 a shot.
But purely and utterly off the amount of time he spent at the club and taking into account that I'm soft at heart, I think Steve Harper.
His loyalty is unreal, because you're saying about Given could have done better. Harper could have won any top 10 club easy and been number one. Do you know what I mean? So it's rather that, or he's just a proper lazy cunt. Well, I just loved picking up 30 grand a week for the fuck all the top again.
Right, you couldn't really argue, could you?
Fucking hell. For me,
Harper could be in the England squad.
It was the photo of him when he signed for the Magnums for like 6 months, didn't he?
Aye.
That was like
I just want to put my daughter through uni.
He was had the club shirt up, and he just looked dead at the camera like
fucking raging.
He's back at the two now.
You could tell fucking sick of his life.
He's back at the two now, like signed the other week.
I was surprised at that, you know, to be fair. Like when he's he's talking about his loyalty, like. I'm surprised you went for something.
Money's money, though, isn't it?
It is, like we're like Geordies and loyalty and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think.
And because he probably could have went like the foreign league much earlier in his career for more, couldn't he? Maybe.
Definitely. Yeah.
Probably because he had all his kids and everything there. I remember I met him at the golf last year, and he was pretty sound. I just pushed his fucking kid out the way. I was like, "Hello, Stevie, how are you doing?" And I told him, and then I said, "Can I get a quick picture?" I said, "Aye." And someone was just standing. I was like, "Look at me, man!" Just pushed his 6-year-old son out the way, and his 6-year-old son was just standing there.
Get back on the bench, you little prick.
Used to live next to me auntie doing it near Morpeth. And he was proper sound as fuck, like. He actually bought his house off Stephen Glass. Yeah. And he was a fucking nice lad as well. Fucking Scottish, like. No. Can't have it all, can you?
Well, we're going on to right backs now. We'll do right backs.
Hardest position for me, this.
Probably the
purely and only because I've picked Warren Barton, but he was fucking gash, and me and Mitch, my stepdad, used to have this thing, but we fucking hated him. But actually, in my lifetime, who have we had? I had Habib Bey, because I thought Habib Bey did
was
well.
mint for us, actually, Habib Bey.
But he didn't do it for long enough, so I'm not going to class him there in me team.
You could put like Janmat in that bracket now, couldn't you?
Because Janmat was fucking brilliant. Debussy was good, but Debussy fucking off straight away. Like
Debussy, aye.
So I went with that curly-headed fuck.
Warren Barton though was still decent. He obviously played in the entertainer side now, so I'd have Warren Barton as my number one there.
It's his hair.
Yeah.
His face and his hair put me off, like, but I put him in.
Who else we got at right back?
I just picked the one right back because
I fuck right back. So
I had Habib Bey, but then I
make my way across the defence.
I wanted to get an extra striker.
We'll just do brackets. We'll just do the defence midfield. We don't need to pick the positions. We'll just do defence midfield, forwards. So, right.
Centre half.
I'll go on. Who have I got? I'll go on mine. Where am I? Is that mine?
Something else was on.
That's one, but he's that. Shout out Billy and Al. Billy was the one, ex-cameraman who fucking sent this hour, so...
The originator.
Well done you, and then people on Twitter. There's mine. I'm going to go on... That's not mine, I didn't pick Jonathan Woodgate.
There's yours, man.
Where is it?
Did he send it?
It's just his text though, on it, because I'm proper gang on a Samsung. I'm going to go on Philip Albert. Has to be done it.
Legend.
Absolute legend. Well, I remember the Chipsies.
A dink against Man United.
Just a class all-round player, wasn't he? I mean, you look at the modern day centre-back now.
Perfect fit.
That was him. The likes of like John Stones and that now play out from the back, and Philip Albert was way ahead of his time.
Yeah. Because back then, what you wanted from a centre half was like a Tony Adams and Martin Keown.
For him to be doing what he was doing in the mid-90s was...
Aye.
For him to be doing what he's doing in the mid-90s was just like...
Probably Brazy's last when he gets
no one was scoring goals apart from fucking headers, you know what I mean? Like, he was scoring fucking worldies, so...
He had two good feet, good in the air, good mark, he was
outstanding, like...
He's in there for me.
It's a tough one, because like we mentioned before, we've had some fucking shockers, like your Brambles and people like Boomsong and that. They
Claudio Casata.
Yeah, I've got it.
Leon Captain came to the tune.
Keep this for the next video. The worst 23 is coming out. It's coming out next. So
I'd maybe have to go with the curly-headed fuck Colaccini.
Oh, you got it.
Legend.
Yeah.
Tough start on it, but he finished.
He was the captain, solid international for Argentina, one of the best teams in the world. He stayed with Newcastle when we got relegated and got them back up. Like he didn't always have his best moments. Like who doesn't a black and white shot?
For me, Colo, like another one that kind of like was ahead of his time because his footwork was just fucking excellent.
Aye.
Like the amount of times that the ball would get played over the top into the channels, he would run onto it and he'd do like a little dummy step over and he'd just take it away from the striker and then knock it out.
Made
Like-
it look dead easy, like.
Like where most centre halves, most football players, in all fairness, would just boot it into the stands. If in doubt, kick it out. But he would do a little step over and just play it back to keep. And that I'll miss that. Like I really will. So I've got an outsider,
Do it.
Steve Howie,
Oh, outsider.
legend. Absolutely loved
He
the
was
guy.
though, aye.
Fucking great. Came with me through like the sort of the Keegan era, you know what I mean? The entertainers. Used to be a striker, you know.
Did he?
No, he was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
Used to be a striker. We before he came to us, he was centre forward. So just a big fucking lump of a guy, wasn't he? So
Aye.
the two
Target
positions,
man.
the two positions which are destined for him are up top, at the back.
Let's go,
in
enough
between.
goals, son.
Aye.
Get back there. Another
Yeah,
one I was
back
going to
there,
say for right back was Aaron Hughes.
Great player.
Like, on his day, like we should have never
Yeah,
got rid of him.
he was alright,
He was another one like Harper in the sense that he could have started for so many teams, but
Yeah.
he was like a utility or like squad player, wasn't he?
Well, he went to Fulham and he played in
And he was
UEFA
fucking
Cup final.
mint, man. He was there for
years,
years. He was brilliant.
You know what I mean?
played
Captain
with
for Fulham,
fucking
captain
great.
for Northern Ireland.
Aye.
Great player, very underrated. I actually
Aye.
didn't think
Massively
him, like.
underrated. Aye.
Andy Griffin.
At the same time, because I was going to say he scored that goal against Juventus to realise it was Andy Griffin.
Andy Griffin, very underrated player as well. And another one that probably could have went on and played top 10 or 12 in the Prem as well.
No, I like that.
Went to Portsmouth and got bombed out by Laurent.
Centre back could have Nikos Dabazas.
Oh, I
legend.
fucking love Davies.
Greek legend.
Love that hairy bastard.
He was very solid, like, when to be fair.
He was.
Like, I was thinking of him like as a bit of like a piss take player, like you could maybe like put him in like
It's
the
just
worst
his-
squads,
nah,
but
it's
like
just his
when
name,
you look
innit?
at him, like
Nah,
he's actually
definitely.
Harry, wasn't he?
Aye, it was class.
He
Other than that fucking Burkham goal.
Aye.
like,
But
fucking
doesn't matter who you are in that
Aye,
situation.
no.
No.
Well, it
can't
could have been
really-
fucking
can't really put that
Maldini.
two round Maldini, fucking anyone there, like.
Burkham.
He chipped in with
Desai.
some goals and all. He was in fucking danger from a set piece.
Oh, mate.
Oh, Mackham's away, remember that? That's what I mean, the hairy man.
That big fucking slab he
He
that he's got, you know what I
deserves
mean?
to go on the team for that. Aye. I think he's managing or something nowadays, now, isn't he? Still
He's
fucking
got
not
to be,
about.
hasn't he?
Aye.
Legend of the tune. Legend.
Best thing to ever come out of Greece, that, like. I think.
Aye.
That
What
and
am I
fucking-
like?
Oh, what are you saying, like?
Greek kebab.
Oh.
What the called? A
Gyros.
gyro.
Aye, gyros, aye.
Fucking legend.
Mythos
man.
and all the beers are right now.
Mythos is a good.
Aye.
Oh, a mythos with a gyro attacking a Dabby's ass.
Wanking Davies ass off. I mean, washing Davies ass. Go against
Just
Sunderland.
attacking a Dabby's ass.
Just sharing it with Davies ass.
I've got one more centre half.
Same.
Didn't spend a lot of time at the tomb, but I love him, and he had a very rough career. If he was fit for his entire career,
I think
I
the
know.
Real Madrid legend.
I know
he
you
would have
got
been a
me.
world beater.
Real
Best,
Madrid
best
legend.
debut in history for Real Madrid. Any club ever.
Own goal red card, wasn't it?
Aye.
Or was it an own goal yellow? Or was
he
it
got
straight
two-
red?
I think he got 2 yellows.
I think it
Can't
was 2
remember.
yellows, wasn't it?
Aye, definitely got sent off
But
and scored another one.
Jonathan Woodgate,
I was good when we sold him, and he didn't
Same.
understand it for the money.
yeah.
But at the same time, I was wounded, like, because when Bobby signed him, I was just like, look at man, Woodgate, Jennas, Dyer, and that. It's just like that. You'd fucking
Quality.
dream of
He came from
team
that
now.
era of like
Class.
young Leeds legends, wasn't he? Like
Aye.
like that Leeds squad back in the day, like they had like Boya and Rio Ferdinand.
For us,
people
when
like
we
that.
signed
Alan
Woodgate, I
Smith.
thought, like,
Fucking unreal.
how on earth have we signed? Why has he not gone to like Man United or
Yeah.
something? He could have
He's
easily.
in the Champions League with Leeds, wasn't he?
Aye.
He was part of that.
He
And
was-
if he didn't fuck his knee so many
That
times,
was respect fucking Freddie Shepherd, like, because
Yeah.
that's the kind of signing that we crave now, and we just
Yeah.
never get anymore. Like a big, it's unreal.
because he was as a centre half, and you can't really say unplayable for a centre half. But Jonathan Woodgate on his day, nothing got past him. He was like a brick fucking wall.
proud British, wasn't he?
And he was still a bit
he's
tidy,
northern,
wasn't he?
isn't he? Like,
Ah,
he's a
he was
smoggy
quite
or something.
good with
He
the
was still a
ball.
bit tidy, aye. He wasn't like clumsy, you know what I mean?
He's a good like northerner, wasn't he? Was he a smoggy or something? Like, I'm sure he was like.
Ah, he's from Borough, isn't he?
Aye, from
North East,
Borough. He was a
Fucking
dirty
team
bastard.
team.
But I remember when he left the Toon and he went to Real, he came out and he said, look, obviously he did the whole, thank you very much to Newcastle, the fans and all that sort of stuff.
I guess he was at
He's-
Borough for like not long ago, wasn't he? Still at Borough.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he came out and he said that one day he would love to come back to Newcastle and he would crawl on his hands and knees back to the Toon. Then he turned the Toon and went to Borough. Good fucking
Nah, it's
goal.
hometown, innit? Might as well let
Borough
them
got
say.
relegated after that, so fuck you will get.
Yeah, fuck you, again. Excluded. The left back position is very similar to the right back position. In a
I've
sense.
noticed quite a few decent ones.
Well, I got Olivier Bernard.
Same. That's one of me. I've got two options. He's one.
He was fucking pretty legendary, like.
It was the fact that he got knocked out off Laura Robert.
That was
and
funny as
got
fuck.
up.
To be fair, he was going to play in our charity game and all. I reached out with Twitter and he said he would love to, but
I've got him on Facebook.
he was in a hospital at the time. He had like a hernia or something, so he couldn't make it.
Aye.
So reach out to him next time and hopefully he can. But top bloke, he plays for one of the lads who was playing in the charity game. Jay, he played 5-a-side a couple of times for like his uncle who like did his driveway or something. He just like he still plays low and he still loves it. He loves the area.
He was he wasn't more. He was player manager at Durham City.
He was just
still is
super reliable, wasn't he? And he offered a bit going forward, so he was good. Like
very good player.
who else he got like?
Jose Enrique.
Nah, fuck that gun.
He fucking
I
jumped ship
remember-
when he got fucking ropey, man. When he
I
got ropey.
remember when he signed for Liverpool.
I mean, we wish him all the best. He obviously had that not long ago. He's old one, and now he was at the fight last weekend. So he seems better, but I can't remember what was it, cancer or something he had.
Something like that.
Oh, was he? Has he been?
He had like a brain tumour or something, is it?
Yeah,
Oh shit! I literally didn't even know.
Take that back.
Love you, Jose.
We love you, Jose, baby.
Sorry, Jose. But I remember when he signed for Liverpool, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm joining Liverpool because I want to play for a top 6 club." And that was the season that Pardew got with fourth or fifth in the league. Fifth in the league. But
and he had the fucking gloves on. Remember that when he was in goal and football
I had my
scored past
season
him.
ticket at the time, and Liverpool came up to us, and they had a man sent off, and he went in net. And literally all game it was Jose Enrique, we're in the top 4. And literally he was fucking
He must have been wounded up.
And then he never did fuck all since.
Which is a shame. Loads of like
good player.
I mentioned Habib Bey. He went to Villa and all that, and then he's just done an out since. And there's just loads.
Newcastle's the peak for some of you.
The peak and the curse, man.
Yeah.
Like a CM Young playing in fucking Sydney now. Fucking hell. Like honestly, well, we're seeing all about Luke here. He got an injury in his second game, and that's it.
Yeah.
Career ruined forever.
And I've got one other left back to throw in there.
Stick him in.
Wasn't a conventional left back. Could play anywhere. John Beresford.
John Beresford, legend. Before my time, that though, I think.
I see. I'm a little bit older than you two, aren't I? So.
When was he playing? Was he still playing when you were in?
Yeah.
Was he?
93, 94, 95.
Was he? Oh, then he's in my time. I was born in 92.
Get him in there. Legend, and I've met the guy once.
I thought it was like the fucking 80s or something.
That's when he was youth, but I would have been playing.
I remember seeing him at the Masters League. Remember they used to do that at the arena?
Masters was unbelievable.
And he won the top corner. That was the first time I was on TV now. You'd see me fucking celebrating.
But no, Bears was lovely man. Newcastle in his heart, and just a quality footballer. And for me, when I was sort of growing up, under the first Keegan era, epitomises Newcastle United Football Club. And that's why in my team I've got a lot of that sort of era players in there. Made us fall in love with the club.
Back when we were fucking decent, that's why I probably know.
Would string more than 4 passes together.
Midfield. There's only one place to start with, arguably the greatest midfielder ever played for Newcastle. Like, it's David Ginola for me. Like,
ooh, that's not where I thought you were going to go.
But
I've got him in there.
I've never seen anyone. I've never seen Ronaldo out in the flesh. I've never seen anyone better. It's just unbelievable.
Best player you've seen in person as well. Yeah.
Most probably. I mean, there's likes of Ben Arfa that like got you off your seat, but I just remember seeing Ginola, and it's just like unreal, man. In it, I hate how he left, but a game where he did loads of dodgy fucking deals out in the 90s, and when we were let players like Ginola and Andy Cole that go, we really shouldn't have.
No.
But Ginola for me, sensational.
Cheers to Kenny Dalglish for that.
Cheers, Kenny.
You got that fucking legendary shirt and all. No, I forget him playing in that.
Ginola, he's in my team, like.
Nah, definitely.
Easy.
It's gotta be.
I'd let you go. Next one.
That's
not you, is it?
We're good.
That's not you, that's me. But I mean, you can pick one.
Well, I think that pretty much has it. To be fair, there wasn't really many good players. We'll just stick with Ben Arfa. I would have Ben Arfa out wide if he was in the mood and not fat.
On his day again, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Capable of anything.
Quality player, But I wouldn't put him in mine. Like,
Would you not?
nah. Quality player on his day, but his day didn't happen enough.
True.
Very true.
So like, what I would do.
He just had attitude issues like a lot of players.
Oh yeah, of course he would. But rather than having him in, I would put an extra striker in my team.
Probably,
which we'll get to.
Aye. Which could also, one of them could also probably play
A little bit deeper as well.
That's fair enough.
But he was a fantastic player. He's available for free. I would take him now.
Would you?
I would fucking bite your hand if I'd suck him off.
You would, instead of bringing on fucking Atsu, I'd still rather bring on Ben Arfa. That's
I'd
a good
rather-
point, you know.
I'd rather
Let
play
us know, would you re-sign Ben Arfa?
That's a good talking point.
It is.
I mean, what harm gonna do? Like-
Wait, that's just, I should have done another video for that. Good doing another video.
Do you know that?
We're racking up the material here.
Shit, man. Hasn't been a game in 2 weeks. We're always available to chat shit.
Half time, I haven't even realised, by the way.
Yeah. It's 0-0 England, Switzerland, so
Doing really well as always.
really good. King Power Stadium for some reason, that's alright.
Right wing, who would you have? For me, there's only one answer.
You did nibble on his nuts.
100%.
It has to be, doesn't it?
Yeah. Nobby Solano.
Definitely.
Absolute
A
legend.
little Peruvian saxophonist.
Again,
Whatever the fuck he
what
was.
a signing he is. Like, he falls under the like, that was really bad, whatever Butler's just done there, mate. You see how bad that was?
Wayner, that was disgusting.
It's like Dabby's ass, and that like no one knows who they are. And they've came, and they're like Solano, unreal. Solano could have went to someone else. Even when he left, we shouldn't have sold him. Just like Aaron Hughes, he was unreal for Villa for years.
Yeah.
Unreal.
He came back now, didn't he?
I came back, and he was still classed in with that goal he scored against Arsenal.
Me and Taylor went to the Michael Owen unveiling at St James's Park. So he had the fucking stage set up in the East Stand. Michael Owen, and when Michael Owen was coming out, obviously everyone was buzzing for it. It's fucking Michael Owen. We knew he didn't want to be here, but it's Michael Owen. But everyone was singing for Nobby Solano because there was the rumour that he was coming back in. So me and Taylor were on the fucking chairs, chanting away. Fucking Brit, but literally thousands of people. Michael Owen stand there like right cock. Nobby Solano.
He's
Fuck off, Mickey Owen.
He's George, don't even know my name.
I'm not Nobby Solano.
What's a Nobby Solano?
Sounds
you
nice,
know-
that. Can I have one?
Did you know that when Man City don't score,
with
they
a brown
don't
ale.
win?
Yeah, something like that.
Did you know that?
Oh,
Michael Owen fact.
it's good that, like.
It's interesting. I mean,
Ooh, who is that?
I'd rather listen to it,
Jesus.
yeah.
Check out half time on the England game.
It's better than the fucking first 45 minutes.
half time is the fucking best part of this game.
I'll go next. I like that one. That's not mine, but I do like him. I'll let you come to him if you want, mate. I'm gonna go. No, rest in peace, legend. Yeah, Gary Speed.
Yeah.
He came up here. He loved the city and we loved him. He said that we loved the fans, loved everything about the place. He was absolutely class. Again, another Leeds legend that came.
Yeah.
He was absolutely unreal for the time he was here. He was a complete midfielder. Scored goals, tracked back, assisted. He just gave you absolutely everything you'd want in the middle of the park. Like,
I think it was his birthday the other day, so like Twitter was full of Gary Speed shit.
Yeah.
And
was I?
I never really remembered him for being much of a goal scorer. He didn't really get on the score sheet.
Seems like screamers he scored, man.
Scored some fucking belters.
But like there was like a clip of him scoring a fucking hat trick for Everton, like back in his like younger days. I was like, fucking hell, Gary Speed.
He scored a couple of goals in
hat-trick.
Newcastle. They were always you say
He
they were
could
pale
fucking
giant ass.
blast the bar with that fucking left Welsh peg of his, isn't it?
It was one of. I remember being at one of the games. And Gary Speed scored one of the best headed goals I've ever seen in my
Bullet.
life.
Aye.
Absolute fucking bullet. I'm sure the pegs came with the grass. It was unbelievable.
I loved Gary Speed, like absolutely loved
I remember where I was when I heard the news about him.
So do
him. I was in fucking Asda.
I was going up there to Long Framlington to play an away game, Sunday League. And we were all in the car on the way up and we ordered. I was fucking gutted.
It just didn't make any sense to this. Like, I remember
fucking
hearing him. Sure, he was on. I remember watching him the day before on Football Focus.
Yeah.
He was on Football Focus the day
He's
before.
with
And it was
Shearer,
just like,
It's,
how's that?
I think there's a lot of unanswered questions there. Like,
There definitely is. Like,
there was a
'cause
lot of rumours.
at the time, he was like, "Oh, you hung so because his wife cheated on him or whatever, and this, that, and the other."
Well, there was that. There was rumours that he was gay. There was all sorts of rumours floating about. But
the
it's
truth
one of
never
them
really
you'll
came
never
out.
know.
Did it? The truth never really came out.
He had
Never
Wales
will.
in like a fucking healthy position.
I
Like,
mean,
Wales
he's going
was-
to take some
Wales
credit for
were as
their
good as
fucking the way they are now.
Wales were as good as they've ever been at that time. Like
Well,
Chris
the
Coleman
Euros.
like took them even further. To be fair, but like Gary Speed bringing it through like Bale and people like that. Like, definitely
got to take credit for how well they did at the Euros. Couple
Yeah,
years ago.
definitely.
Bless him.
There.
You going, Kazine?
I know a lot of people don't really like him for the way he left. Personally, I can't argue, but I would say Kabay.
Aye.
I would have him in there.
It annoyed me when people like got on his back about leaving. He went back to his home country to play for the best team, not just in the league, but possibly in Europe.
Who he supports now as a kid.
And hometown team, hometown club, home country, best team in the league, best team in Europe.
Can't argue at all.
Or stay in Newcastle where was shit.
Like
loads of people got his back for that. I was thinking, get a fucking grip, man, will you?
However, man, like it'd be what was like the other way around. You know what I mean? It'd be like.
What you've got to remember is he's already watched some of his teammates get booted out of the club as well.
He sees the team's gone knee under us. Yeah. We've seen him been getting fifth and all that, then everyone's getting shipped out. So why would you not blame him? No, not at all. I mean,
on his day,
he was linked with Arsenal. Loads of people were kicking off then. And to be honest with you, even if he had went to Arsenal, I wouldn't have blamed him.
That's it.
Champions League.
It's an improvement.
You can't blame anyone for leaving Newcastle to go to like a Champions League style club.
Yeah.
I mean, no.
Because the sorry state is under Ashley. It's never going to be Cups or Europe or anything.
People,
so the future's not bright. Like it hasn't been for the last
future's
15
orange.
years.
No, so
Future's shit.
And Kabay was
and he could take a fucking free kick.
Technically outstanding, like
great player.
He was fucking mighty in a derby
French,
and all, though, wasn't he?
He was
like a fucking front of Geordie, wasn't he, in a derby?
Exactly,
fucking stuff.
Leaving the foot in, studs up and all.
He's a dirty little bastard in a derby. I fucking loved it.
Which there's two players that I was very undecided on, with you mentioning the whole derby sort of games. Two players that I didn't put in that I maybe could have if I had a 25-man squad.
Aye.
Joey Barton and Kevin Nolan.
Aye, well, Billy had Barton and Nolan in his bag, stuck them out. I just thought Barton and Nolan's best days were probably in the Championship, or that season when we first came up.
Yeah.
Didn't do
that
enough for the odds.
6-1 win against Aston Villa. We were there, weren't we?
I were.
The on like that.
Nolan hat-trick.
That's
Nolan
great.
hat-trick, was it?
If you're putting like 23 characters, not footballers, characters and personality-wise, then but as in
what
being the best at football and that. No.
Can you remember that game, the 6-1 Newcastle win?
It was outstanding.
That was a Aston Villa player made his debut and got sent off, given a penalty away. Do you remember who it was?
Was it
for Villa?
Yeah, he conceded a penalty that I think Barton must have put away.
Oh, I can't remember.
Barton didn't miss many pens, I tell you.
I didn't, did he?
Nah.
Kieran Clark.
Was it?
He's legend.
He's too legend now,
I'm sure he made his debut. I might be wrong about that, but he was just a fucking young and
we need one of the Toon signing.
Fucking
hell.
We'll let you go next.
I'll go with Rob Lee.
Rob Lee was. I didn't have him in mind actually. That's a
great ambassador for the club.
I think centre mid's quite hard because
it's really hard.
There's a lot.
We should have picked him with 3 defenders, shouldn't we? And 2 keepers and just loads of fucking centre mid.
3-9-3. Fucking load the fucking midfield up. Now Rob Lee, he bled black and white. And obviously 2 spells at the club. Lee Clark would have been a decent shout.
I thought about Lee Clark.
Lee Clark, same sort of esque as Rob Lee, but no, Rob Lee bled the black and white, could do everything box to box with midfielder. Didn't get a lot of goals, but mainly he was like a sort of a holding midfield player.
He still fucking loves the Toon now.
And whenever you see him, like whenever they do like golf events up at the Toon and that, like you can see that he genuinely loves.
Well, when his son plays for Luton and they came up after the FA Cup and he was here and he was saying he doesn't know how to cheer on. And when he's saying that with his own son, but he wants fucking them to win or Newcastle to win, do you know what I mean? He's got knee right for it now, do you know what I mean? He's not like from around here now, so it shows like...
Didn't they nearly end up in the charity match? The Suns?
Aye, the son was meant to be playing, but Luton wouldn't let him. He's got injured.
Surprised.
Because it was only a week before fucking pre-season started. So he was game to play, but they wouldn't let him, so... Hopefully on another day or a day next year, day early.
Yeah.
Or just didn't tell anyone about
it. just maybe it's not recorded next year.
So Luton can't actually fucking have his life.
They still would.
They
still would.
But you know what I mean? If he's having a kick with one of us fucking daft cunts full of fucking pains just comes and snaps him out for 6 months. Luton are like...
That's the Magpie channel getting sued.
Luton are like... What is he?
Big Renty taking some phone calls off some
We need fucking Leader to be taking free kicks till fucking next time, won't we, D? It'll be a charity game.
That would be a shame. Has anyone else got any midfielders? I've got one more.
What ones?
I would just like to say it's a shame that we aren't 5-10 years older, because it would have been unreal to have Gaza on the squad.
I did pick him, and then I had to take him out.
I thought that now.
Because
I was like,
80 left. I had to take him out. I was fucking gutted.
I was almost there. Almost.
I had these couple of probably controversial because of the way they left or the way they talk about the club since and that, but
one of mine is
the likes of Kieran Dyer, who I think was absolutely unreal. He came to us and a Bobby again. He was like Bobby's some money. They got on so well. He chipped in with so many goals. He was absolutely class. Runs into the box.
Yeah.
He was just a brilliant player. And I can see why people might not like that because his injuries. He was meant to be a prick. He was more horrible injury. He was more asked about women and Ferraris than he was with the tune. But he had a class podcast with a True Joy where he explains that and he regrets everything. But for me, like Dyer he was a class player on his day. Like.
Yeah, I remember hearing a story. I don't know if
Stats and everything for Newcastle was unreal as well.
Like what did Lavello used to be called? It was I'm sure like he was in there or something, and like some tune fan went up to him and fucking did a little dance or something for him, and he was
Martha's.
like, aye. He goes, can you do that or something? He fucking took it like a £50 note, so I'm fair, and can you do that? Which I love, but it's a fucking arsehole thing to say. It's funny as fuck, but what a cock.
I've got Kieran Dyer's autograph. I've got Kieran Dyer. I've got Kieran Dyer, Alan Shearer, and Carl Coates' autograph.
Corny.
I've got a £20 note. Mitch was out one night in the tune. He was in Martha's. I was like, fucking hell, like, gotta get the signatures. You know what I mean? Will you sign this? Will you do an autograph for my son? Like, aye. Well, he didn't have a fucking. He didn't carry fucking autograph books in the tomb when you're a fucking middle-aged man, do you?
Unless you can't pay with these clubs where you're not going to be, and that would be weird as fuck.
But the best part about it was, I was intrigued as how much I could sell it for. Just, I would never sell it because it's got a lot of little signature shop down next to the gate that used to be just on the inside Eldon Square before they redid it all. And I took it in. I didn't take it in. I goes, oh mate, I've got this with these 3 signatures on. How much will you give us? He goes, a £5. I goes, mate, it's a fucking £20 note. And he couldn't get his fucking head around.
And then you could fold it up and just give it a Mackey's or something.
I would literally spend it for £20 English pounds, and he couldn't get his head around it, the thick cunt. No, mate.
I had like a proper, I've still got it, it's like proper Newcastle autograph book that I had when I was a kid. I used to get in like loads of like reserve games and stuff. Like I remember getting, like Belton Terriers played Newcastle reserves at Kingston Park, and when we were coming out, like Kieran Dyer was sitting there. Like I don't know what car he had. Like I didn't really give a fuck at the time. It was like a Mercedes or some shit, a little sporty cunt. Like my dad went and got his autograph. Had a bit fire crack on with him. Like he was sound as fuck.
Yeah.
And I've got quite a few in there. I think I've got Speeds, and I've got Bobby Robson's. I remember getting that. Like he was coming through to Kingston Park, all these kids were surrounding him, firing like little bits of paper on him, and he was like a bit of a cock. Like he was like, "I'm not signing that. I'm not signing shit like that."
Really?
He was just refusing to sign fucking scumbled bits of shitty paper, and he was like, "I'm not signing that."
To be fair, that is pretty awful. Like,
I think my sister
at least
handed
keep
him
the
like
paper
my
unfolded up. You know what I mean?
I think my sister handed him my like Newcastle autograph. He goes, "There you go. That's the kind of stuff I'm gonna be signing." Cheers, Bobby.
That's fair enough in a way. Like, I remember when fucking Damien Duff nicked me Sharpie marker.
Robin out.
It's still so new.
Haven't been able to afford one since. It's like £6 from W. Smith, that one.
Inflation.
I gave Brexit. I gave him, he's like, you round his fucking, I remember what I call the fucking Jaguar, and he round his car window doing that. I give him my shirt, and I give him my Sharpie, and he like, took the shirt, took the Sharpie, dropped the Sharpie, doing the side of his car, like underneath his seat. He took one look, looked at me and went, nah, you're not getting that back.
That was cool.
I was like, oh, cheers, Damien. I was only 11 years old, you know what I mean? I was fucking wounded.
Oh, bless you. That must be sore.
I know, you fucking bastard.
No.
Any others?
Still midfielders, we'll need a couple more. I can't remember how many numbers were on here. I would probably, I don't know how many numbers.
Well over 23.
I would have named him with 23 midfielders.
I'd go a little bit outside of the box and throw in Emery.
Bolizoglu.
Good.
That's a nice one, that like.
Do you want to know where he works now?
Your pizza or bag?
That's fucking Badgie's
No,
kebabs.
I've
isn't
got
it?
a that one. Frankie and Benny's at the Silver Link.
Does he fuck man?
Swear to God.
He was playing fucking Beardsley 2 weeks ago. He's in the fucking Europa League playing Beardsley.
No, mate,
fucking...
Frankie and Benny's at the Silver Link for about 10 years. I swear to God.
Jeez, undercover.
No, next time you're going
Like
in,
a boss.
going to Frankie and Benny's, going into the Silver Link, and he's the head chef in there. Have a look. It's fucking Emre Belözoğlu.
He does naughty pancakes.
Not very good at traditional Turkish cuisine, but he makes a cracking pizza.
Emre was decent on his day, like. Great free kick artist.
Racist as
But out
fuck.
of everything, I didn't think I'd have him in me 23, like.
No, he's one of those that sort of, he epitomises that period after Bobby where we're still performing quite well. We weren't as good as we were under Bobby, but we're much better than what we are now. That sort of 5 or 6 year period where he did play really well, scored some good goals, really good assists, good on the ball.
See, for me, I'd have someone like a Jenas in there or a James Milner or something.
Milner's a good shout.
Milner,
he wasn't really a centre mid for the team though, was he?
He's
right
midfield. He
midfield.
was still quite young and pacey.
I wouldn't have Janice.
Look how good he is now. Nah, just because of who he is.
He's just a cunt.
Same with Dyer in a way. I can see why people wouldn't like him, but to be fair, I still thought he was.
Well, did you see the interview with Janice a couple of months ago on BT Sport, where he basically like just outed the tune, and he was just like, well, he basically said that he thought he was better than the club. He didn't deserve to be playing that kind of football, and Shearer tweeted him saying something along the lines of maybe it wasn't the club you were playing for, maybe you were just not as good as you thought you were. He was just a cock. Didn't like him. He scored a cracking goal against Man United, but it took about 8 years to pay off his transfer fee to Nottingham Forest. And that's another bugbear that I had. Like, we were paying all that money after he went to Tottenham, and we didn't even have the fucking anymore. And he was a prick.
Yeah. He wasn't really that long either, was he? So I don't really know if you can have him like a legend. Like he's like that.
That's the thing. Like, we're doing legends here because if
it's
we're
not
doing,
really legends.
you know what I mean?
No, we're just doing the
best 23.
Because you had to pick. That's why maybe like we're saying like I don't know, like Debussy or someone get in there because he's on a right back, unreal.
Yeah. Anyway,
on the strikers now tonight.
Yeah.
And then pretty late starts.
Well, I didn't really want to start with the best one. You know
I
think we should leave that with you. I'll go with the one completely outside the box, which I don't think you two have selected. Beardsley.
Well, that's what I mean. If you were talking about maybe dropping a midfielder for him, because he could even drop into midfield.
Drop a midfielder potentially for Peter Beardsley. One of the best players to ever pull on a Newcastle shirt, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Great, just a generally all-round cracking player. I've met him twice. Through school, and then I've got a funny story about Taylor. But I don't know if I can mention that.
Dear Geordie Woman, shout out again this week. So might see you again before the fucking end of the season. Jesus,
I wouldn't hold my breath.
No.
But I will play. We'll play it in a schools tournament where some of the best school teams in the north went to this competition, and Peter Beardsley was there. And he was sort of like the ambassador for it. So he met all the captains of the teams. And he was going around, he was like shaking, and it was all like, I don't know if it was Sky Sports, but it was like North East News, shaking like all the captain's hands and that. And Taylor went to shake his hand, fuck me. And Taylor fucking schoolboyed him, so he went in for the handshake. Schoolboy! on live action camera, and then fucking Beardsley looked like he took it well, like he was like and he went in and he like sort of done that pull in, and he gets his arms around him, and I didn't know this at the time obviously because Beardsley had a big smile on his face, but he whispered in Taylor's ear, he goes, "You are a fucking disgrace." And then just walked off. It was fucking brilliant.
That's the best way to do it, isn't it? Pulled off in front of the global news, thinks he's still a really nice lad, really nice bloke, and then
we did fuck all in that tournament and all. I think we won 2-6, and it was an early exit. Like,
It's probably because you had a captain like Taylor.
that was completely the reason.
Taylor wasn't putting any effort into the performances he put out in that fucking
Taylor was just sitting at the back, just fucking crying next to the corner flag, thinking, "Oh, what have I done?"
Taylor ahead of his time, like when the show on Soccer AM where the kids do it with the walkouts, the mascots and the different shit the other players sound.
But didn't he come back a year later or something? And you recognised him again?
Aye.
I didn't forget about that. Did you? Yo, that little fucking kid I called a disgrace last night. It's 1-0 England!
Come on!
It's no one else but Marcus Rashford again.
Get in, Rashy boy.
1-0 England, 53 minutes gone. I mean, you'll probably air this on like 2 days later. So it doesn't really matter.
I'm sure you're saying that was up by now.
I'm going to double check it's recording me.
Pause the ting.
I've got a recording there now. Shit, shall I have 4 recording? Imagine what I did that. 41 minutes.
Oh, fucking hell. That's a canny bar, that. Who the fuck's that? Walker. What a bar that was.
That's a good finish, actually.
Right, I'll go on with the favourite, then I may as well get him out the way.
Get him out the way.
Best player I've got put on Newcastle shirt, number 9, Andy Carroll.
Oh.
Alan Shearer, obviously, be the first in there. We didn't really need time to be Shearer.
No,
tell him.
Do you know how Alan Shearer is?
Are you aware of
It's
who
been
Shearer
going on
is?
41 minutes. We don't need to describe Shearer.
And I've got like 3% of the analytics show that he's watching Saudi Arabia. So the Saudi Arabians and the Aussies and all that, Shearer, record goal scorer for Newcastle. If he's only been watching the last 5-10 years. Obviously in there.
Best player ever in the Premier League.
What I will like to say about Shearer is I think we mentioned it a while ago after I came back from Southeast Asia. Like, whenever you go away, like we've both been to Southeast Asia separate times. We've travelled Europe together. Anywhere you go, we've been like Hungary, like Thailand, fucking all sorts of places. And like, as soon as someone says like where you're from, you say Newcastle, they're like, "Oh, Shearer!"
I know. It's all
Did they do the
the
hand gesture?
It's like me hasn't played in 10 years.
It's like it is fucking mad. Like I remember
Fucking hell, Spain beating Croatia 5-0.
I remember like I was in a hotel in Bangkok, and like some guy was like racking off like coal and giving and players like that. I was thinking, like, if you just fucking bought Chopman 95, not fucking anyone else. But like that's the thing. Like Shearer is the last legend, like probably one of the only legends really like Newcastle's ever really had. And like how long has he been retired now? 15 years or something like that. Like he's still the only player like international people know.
Really is,
So that just tells you everything you need to know about Shearer. Best player in the Premier League. Anyone questions that, you can fuck off.
And you get these stories now, like would have been a cunt now, wouldn't you? Would have been stuck up and all that.
I always say all these
many
like
story about
loads and loads.
Yeah, I always say all these pages and that like Sport Bible and stuff saying like, oh, like, who's the best Premier League striker of all time, and people are like, oh, Henry and Bergkamp and stuff like that. And like people argue about Shearer, you're thinking
he's a record goal scorer for a team that was fucking
like,
pretty shit.
mid-table pretty much his entire career.
But never like, you know, obviously you mentioned Henry and like Van Nistelrooy and all that or whatever. That they've always won Premier League titles. Obviously Shearer did it at Blackburn, but the majority of his career where he broke all the goal scoring records was at us, which our best was to top 14.
And
which is insane when you think about it. Insane.
What you've got to remember about that is as well, on the best part of 2 seasons he missed with injury.
I know.
So like you can straight away say, oh well, he retired at what 35, 36. You can cut 2 years off that straight away.
Aye. Legend. Okay.
I'm just trying to think about my era because when you were talking about Beardsley before, like I wouldn't have Beardsley because I can't actually really remember that shit. So like I was born in '91, so like my like
when did Beardsley finish? 1994, was it?
My like childish memory
95?
doesn't really kick in until about like 98 kind of thing.
I
can't really remember anyone
my
like
first game
98.
My first
So
game
like
was around that time. I don't remember.
I think like Andy Cole was outstanding in Newcastle top, even though he wasn't there that long and left quite controversially. Who else did I have?
Can't know it.
Oh, someone else. Les Ferdinand.
Les Ferdinand, 1,000,000%.
I can't really
Should
remember.
never ever sold him.
But I'll go with Aspria.
Aspria, legend. And again, though, what you were saying about is he legend or when he was here because he wasn't here very long, was he?
No, he wasn't.
Do you know what I mean?
Like the things he did in his short time though, that he's still a legend now.
Hey, Barcelona can't reckon alone. Do you know what I mean? One of our, if not our greatest match in Newcastle's history.
I mean, sure, let's go to Canny Goal against Barca.
Get your own then.
Who would have Mike? Mike Taxiva?
Mackin Slayer, Newcombe Slayer.
And he's the only player that I know of, sure, that's done a chest assist.
No.
Can he fucking go? What?
Oh, well done.
Better assist. But no, Ferdinand and Espriaro both have.
Aye.
Definitely. Even though they were both short spells.
Yeah.
And Espriaro came into the club when Kenny Dalglish fucked with. Sold out our best players and brought in a fucking like 39-year-old John Barnes. John Dal Thomason, who managed to boot fucking 4 games all season.
Louis Saha.
Jesus.
Andres D'Alessandro.
That's the next video, lads.
Anderson.
The worst ones to come. But aye, so what was that? So we've got Beardsley, Shearer, Asprilla, Ferdinand. That's about it, really, isn't it?
Now I've got one more guy in there who, going back to the whole Kieran Dyer.
You're a cunt, but you're a class.
Bit of a knobhead. Craig Bellamy.
I loved Bellamy.
Same, and I loved him even after I left the Toon, and I left the Toon in shit fashion, and there was rumours that Shearer chinned him and shit like that.
Wouldn't play on the wing and all that.
But funny enough, he went and played on the wing for fucking Man City, but never mind.
He was still mint now then.
He was class in, like, you know, the goals in the Champions League to get through to the group stage.
The Feyenoord one, we'll keep pushing the side net.
I lost my first 3 games in the group stage, won my last 3, and Bellamy got that goal in the last minute.
Like, I've always thought, we were mentioning about Midfield and Gale playing up top of each other, it always comes back to me when Shearer and Bellamy used to play up top of each other. That was like the perfect, I always try and do that on like FIFA and that, like that's the always the thing for me.
That long large.
Just Shearer and Bellamy, man, like that front two was just fucking unreal.
Yeah, same.
Bellamy was just always in behind, one-on-one, and he never missed.
Yeah.
Never ever missed a one-on-one.
He was brilliant. His
Well, he probably did, but I can't remember.
pace was just unbelievable.
Yeah, it was, to be fair. He was so quick. I think he would do well in like this day and age. Like he was maybe a little bit ahead of his time now. Like cutting in behind and like his pace and stuff. But saying that, he would have been forced to play on the wing.
I remember
How fast players do these days.
Aye, nah.
One goal, shot.
Proper Mbappe.
He's fucking injured.
Excellent. He's been kicking the balls.
Kicking the balls, Damien.
Maybe alright. One goal for that sticks in my mind with Bellamy wasn't even at the Toon. He was playing for Blackburn, and he's taking the ball from the edge of his own box. He's ran down the left wing. Obviously, he's right-footed predominantly. He's sort of cut back in on his right, taking it back on his left, and he's absolutely drilled one in the top corner for Blackburn Rovers. Can't remember who it was against. It was an absolute fucking worldy goal.
He
and
was.
He had his long blonde hair with his little hairband. And I just remember thinking, why the fuck did we sell him?
He was going on like a big hog cut now, wasn't he? But he looked like a proper puff and all.
No, I had the fucking Beckham hair though.
But he was Welsh and shagged. He's fucking cheap.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, there's one for you. I mean, that's done, I think, innit? So we're going on to now. The manager.
One option and one option.
There is, isn't there? Rude I was thinking Glenn Roeder.
Rude Gullet.
I used to like Glenn Roeder, actually.
I didn't mind.
Joe Kinnear, second spell.
Oh, that Soccer EM skit that they did for months and months.
I'm not fucking here.
I'm not fucking here.
That was wicked.
That's one of the best skits they've done of the modern Soccer EM era. Like, because it's been shit since
because that bloke was still there, was actually in that skit, wasn't he?
I'm not fucking here.
Well, I'm not fucking here.
It was class.
We're not fucking here. Well, it obviously is the one and only Sir Bob Robson.
Yeah. Best English manager of all time.
I don't.
I agree.
To the Champions League, signed all these young English talents, you know.
Have you seen that documentary, Italia 90?
Aye.
Have you seen Italia 90? Like, it's on Amazon Prime if you got it, so it's fucking worth a watch. It's class. Like, he nearly got like sacked before that because he had like a poor
qualifying.
He had a poor run up, didn't he?
Everyone wanted to run before he started the World Cup, man. Was it like this year we fucking Southgate?
Yeah, I think we done poor.
I was like, oh, they won like Southgate.
I think we done poor in '88, so everyone was wanting them out.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we'd done too well prior to the tournament either, so everyone was like fucking like disgraced that he was still the manager and stuff like that. And, like, some of like his interviews and stuff are funny as fuck. Like you know what he's like. He didn't fucking beat around the bush. Like he's telling how it was.
Old school.
Like, the way he was with the press, like, he was fucking class.
But he was always with players now, though, like when he used to get everyone's names wrong and that, didn't
Charles
he?
Insomnia.
I
think he did that one on purpose, like. Because he never used to turn up to train apparently in Zolpia.
But
Robson's an absolute goat.
Yeah.
That'll do. Check out the next video where we'll give away kind of few of them. But the worst 23. 23 biggest.
And this is going to be. This is harder than the best ones. There's a longer list.
Too much choice. We've probably exceeded 23 players the other day for the best, but
shortlist, innit?
Aye, shortlist.
That's all it is.
In the comments, let us know who makes the cut.
Has anyone missed anyone?
Missed anyone? Get them in there and enjoy yourself.